Hello all, this is Halloween, and if you love costumes, whether it be for Comic-Con, Halloween, themed parties, this is the place to be, because I'm going to be showing you how to make awesome costumes without breaking the bank, maybe even using some items you already have at home. It's a new year, 2023. I hope everybody had a great time in the new year and rang in the new year with family and friends surrounding you. I have a good feeling about this year. I have my own set of goals that I've set for myself, and hopefully I can attain all of them. Being a new year and kind of an exciting time, I wanted to start with something fun, easy, and colorful. So today we'll be doing El Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. Obviously I'm going to be a skeleton sugar skull lady for the Day of the Dead. Let's get started. So this is what I'm going to be wearing for the Day of the Dead skeletal lady figure. I'm going to be wearing this beautiful dress, which I actually purchased probably back in 2010 at a flea market for like 10 bucks, 10 or 12 bucks. I've had it for years, and ever since I first got it, I've worn it every year for Cinco de Mayo. I just think it looks so, well, Mexican. I think it looks very Mexican, the sort of pattern on it. It's very beautiful, it's very ornate in its design, which really is what El Dia de los Muertos is all about. It's a very decorated holiday. So I've got this beautiful shawl, which I'm going to use. It's got a little bit of a shine to it, like little flecks of tinsel or something, so that'll look beautiful. I've added a flower to the top of the dress. I don't know if I'm going to use these gloves or not. We will see. These are just some like a fishnet glove. I also have a fingerless lace glove that I may use, or no gloves at all. I'm not sure yet. Here is our headpiece that we just made, which turned out beautifully. I feel like if you make it yourself, it's going to be that much better. And then I have these silver, just strap heels with a little bit of bling on there on the buckle that I'm going to wear also. I've decided I was going to wear a fishnet pantyhose. These also have a little bit of tinsel in them, and it'll give it a little bit of shine to the legs, and just some maracas for fun. All right, let's get started with our makeup. So, hello friends, happy to see you again. Back to doing costumes again, which is really what I love. It's just, you know, you kind of have to take a little bit of a break. I'm not getting paid yet. I'm hoping this year brings prosperity to the channel, because I really I spend quite a bit on these costumes. Even though I'm trying to go to thrift stores and stuff like that, there's just sometimes I can't find things, and the makeup's costly and all of these things. So I do have to take a little bit of a break at the end of the year just to kind of replenish my bank account financially. I did that, and I was incredibly bored. I felt like I was just being lazy, and I missed it so much. So just because I'm not here doesn't mean I'm not thinking of everybody and thinking of it. I'm always thinking about it and what costumes I can do. My mind kept busy thinking of all the costumes I would be bringing you this year. And I hope you're subscribed, because I have a lot of cool stuff coming up. If you are not subscribed, you're gonna miss out on quite a bit, because I've got stuff for guys, girls, unique costumes coming up, just everything you can think of, things that I've done before, things that I haven't done before, and you won't want to miss it. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. We're gonna go on this journey together. 2023 is gonna bring awesome costumes, and I'm so excited and can't wait to do that for you. With you. So right now I'm just gluing down my eyebrows. If you've seen the Day of the Dead skulls, the sugar skulls, they usually have a big black circle around the eye, or colored circle. It could be any color really. what I love about this costume is that it is so versatile. You can do anything. You can pretty much wear anything. If you just have a red dress or a dress with a little design on it or whatever, you can almost wear anything for this costume. And you can do your makeup any kind of way. I always look at online to see, to get ideas and stuff. And I really didn't fixate on any one sugar skull look. I just I'm going to incorporate some of the things that I saw and some of the things that I liked and do my own version of a sugar skull and hope that it turns out great. I think it will. You can go as a group of sugar skulls. You could go as a mariachi band of sugar skulls. If you're a group of guys and you want to do something fun for Cinco de Mayo or Halloween, go as a mariachi band as sugar skulls. Or if you're a male and female, obviously, you can do a bride and groom sugar skull, or you can do, just regular traditional Mexican attire sugar skulls, just whatever. And you're highly likely to find something in a thrift store or at a yard sale or something that you can use for it. So I like the ones like this because this is what my channel is about. Sometimes I have to buy things, and sometimes I spend like $100 on a costume that I'm doing for the channel because it's something that I couldn't find. But this year is going to bring a lot of new stuff. I'm going to be sewing with my machine a lot more. I'm learning how to use my machine, and that's going to save me a ton of time. So I'm going to be bringing you some good stuff. So I'm sure everybody's heard of El Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, in Mexico. Takes place on November 1st, and it's actually a whole month to celebrate. It's really a celebration of life more than a celebration of death, and acknowledging that death is a part of life. It is eternal. Life is eternal, and when you pass, it doesn't change. So you have life eternally. Your soul goes on, but your body gives out, obviously, because we're just, we're made of dust, and to dust we shall return. So I actually just started reading the Bible because it was just one of the things that I wanted to do as like one of my New Year's resolutions. And I'm just going to wipe my face. I've got the Mehron Aqua. Theirs is called Paradise. Anyway, what I was saying is, I wanted to read the Bible. And I'm so confused in Genesis because people lived for hundreds of years back in the beginning of creation. So I'm kind of like confused by that, but Adam and Eve, they all lived like hundreds of years. I'm like, wait a minute. So they couldn't have been like 800 years old and have the bodies we have today, or they would have surely deteriorated or turned into zombies or something. I guess over time, things changed. I'm also going to just, in general, do a lot more reading this year. I like to read, I love books, but I just never take the time to do it. So that's one of my goals of this year. And the regular old stuff, losing weight, feeling great, yada, yada, yada. So I'm just gonna wipe my face. I like to kind of dab it on. You can also smear it, whatever you choose to do. I'm only doing my face for this because if I get into the whole body paint, it's just a lot to do and a lot of paint wasted just to take photographs. But I will get into more skeletal body paint maybe later on in the year. I've got maybe one or two things that I may do that will require that. So we'll get into it, don't worry. The Day of the Dead originated with the Aztecs in Mexico. And like I was saying, it's really a whole month of celebration, a celebration of life, presided over by the goddess Micteca. I don't know how to pronounce it. There's a goddess that presides over the celebration, and what they do in the celebration is they bring decorated altars and things like that to their loved ones that have passed, foods and drink and photographs of the family and just different things, different offerings for their loved ones who have gone before them, and celebrate. There'll be music, traditional food, and all kinds of different things. So it's something really cool. And really, it's a bucket list item of mine. I've always wanted to go to Mexico during the Day of the Dead, because that's really right up my alley anyway. I feel like I have my own Day of the Dead every day of the year, because I go to the cemeteries, and what's most important to me about visiting the cemeteries is finding out who's buried there, what the history of the cemetery is, how long it's been a cemetery, if there's any mass graves or anything else like that. I feel like in doing so, it's honoring the dead. I'm showing my respect as I go there and talk about the history to you. I'm not just going there and messing around or doing a ghost investigation or anything like that. There are some that are said to be haunted that I may just bust out the REM pod or something, but it's not as many as you might think. Ghosts don't really hang out in graveyards. I mean, ghosts haunt places, people, things, not necessarily graveyards. I mean, that literally is a place of rest. That's what I believe to be true anyway. And I think a lot of people feel that way as well. But yeah, one of these days, I'm going to go to Mexico. November 1st is when it starts, and I'm going to go during Day of the Dead and see what it's all about and grab myself a sugar skull to bring home with me. But that's probably be a couple years away. I got to get better at this first. I have goals, you know. I got to do one step at a time, just like anybody else. I'm all white. So if you've ever seen my channel before, you know that I use a lot of the Nye Aqua and the Mehron Aqua. I actually have a bunch of Nye in different colors here. I got yellow, I got fuchsia, I got red, just, you know, a whole bunch of different, more primary style of colors. And I've got a big Nye Aqua in black. But, so when you get the aqua colors, you're just gonna have to buy some sponges. And you're just gonna dampen them, not too wet, just damp. You're gonna dampen the sponge in a little bowl of water. We're gonna have to be changing this a lot today. I have a lot of different colors going on. And then that's how you apply the makeup. It is basically a liquid to powder in the way that it sets. It's really awesome. When you do use these products, you do wanna also always seal it with Final Seal, or Mehron makes one called Barrier Spray. This is a effervescent spray that you put on your face, and it seals your makeup. When I was looking at the pictures online, I actually really liked the ones that were red around the eyes. I thought it looked more feminine. So I'm gonna go around my eye with this. I've got red, so you can do any color you want. You can do purple, you can do pink, you can do blue, any color for this part. I mean, for any of the parts, really. I'm just kind of showing you how I'm gonna do it, and you can take it and make it your own. I probably shouldn't have put the white around my eye, but I'll be honest, I'm so excited about just being back with you and doing costumes again that I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into like how I was gonna do it. I'm just like, let's do this. Let's get this done. I'm gonna have white in my coffee. I'm sure it's non-toxic. So I might take one of my little things here, which I need to get more. I'm running low. I'm just going to dip it for around the eye and get a little bit more of a definitive line here. I don't have a lot of the cream makeups. I don't like them. I don't care who makes them. I think the cream makeups just come off, or, you know, the Nyes stay on better, but the creams are always gonna come off. They're always gonna make you sweat. They're always gonna clog your pores, probably. And it's just not really my favorite. It'd probably be an easier application for something like this to use a cream. I'll spend the extra time and use the aqua. And I'm going to do my other eye just like this. Any parts where it's just not as covered, I'm just going to touch it up, and boom. See how that turned out? Turned out great. So I want to add a little bit of depth. I'm just gonna do some black on the lid up to the crease. And I just have my foam pinched here to give me a finer point. I went a little above the crease, but I can always, you know, fix that with a little red. I still have my red on the other side. I didn't rub it all off, so that way too I can tell which side is which that I'm using here. I'm probably even gonna take a little bit and go under my eye with the Q-tip thing. And I'm definitely gonna line with black liner on my waterline. It already happened a little bit there because using a sponge can be tricky. This would have been a great costume for my mom too, because she liked to do the sexy costumes, but you can totally do a sexy sugar skull. This has so many ways you can do it. It's just, and I love costumes like that because some people, you know, you may not have a lot of money. You know, maybe you had a bad year, you don't have a lot to put a costume together, but this one is just so easy. Like, literally take something in your closet and wear it, and the makeup's not too bad. You can even get one of those little color palettes from Nye or Mehron and buy all your colors at the same time, so you're not paying separately for them, and that'll help with that part. So I'm going a little bit under my eye here with the black as well. I like that sort of two-tone black to red look. I think it looks very good, very dead. Now that we've done all that, we're gonna petal the eyes out and just put petals all around using our black pencil or a liquid liner, whatever you're using that works well for you. I have to hold my hand still because I do shake. I love it. Keep going till you're all the way around this eye and then do the other eye. I've done one eye. I'm gonna fill in the petals with a blue pencil. I like doing that. It's quicker than trying to use aqua to fill in, and I like contrasting colors when they're close together like that, especially for something like a sugar skull. It's supposed to look festive and colorful, so that's what I'm doing. So when I'm finished with my other eye, I'm gonna jump back on here and we'll do the rest of our face. So that's what that looks like. I think it turned out great. I also put on some mascara. I'm not doing fake eyelashes. For one thing, you're not gonna be able to really see them much with as dark as I did around my eyes. And another thing is eyelashes hate me, and we all know this, so I'm not even messing with them. Screw you, eyelashes today. Not doing it. So anyway, I've got my next step here. I've got my blue pencil. This has not been Nye or anything. It's just a regular Maybelline blue pencil that I've had for a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and color in these petals. Now the eyes are gonna be the most time-consuming part of this whole ordeal, which is why I cut out and didn't really show all of it. I'm trying to save battery on my GoPro, and you know, it's very redundant. It's the same thing. You're gonna do to one side what you do to the other. Same like in math, trying to just be symmetrical with this one. And my blue's turning out good. So, and that's what we're gonna do. Going all the way around, filling in. I would recommend using a cream pencil for this part. So some kind of colored cream pencil makes it a lot easier. GoPro, stop recording. So that's done. So now for the fun part. The designs, the cool designs and everything. And this is entirely up to you. Now I'm going to be wearing a wig. You saw the wig I'm going to wear. It has bangs on it, so I'm not going to do much with my forehead. Maybe something right here in the middle. I'm going to work on my mouth. I think I'm going to do the spider web on the chin. I'm going to have a traditional skeleton style nose. So let's go. Let's do this. And basically all you're doing is just any kind of design you might want. If you need inspiration of any kind, you can go online. There are all kinds of different ways you can get inspired by, you know, looking at what others have done. And I'm gonna do that there. I'm gonna embellish, I think, maybe even with some rhinestones. But I definitely have some other colors that I probably gonna want to do as well. So that's how I'm gonna do mine. You can do yours any way you want. I saw even with like a little spade for a nose, like a little upside down heart. Looks cool. There we go. So like I said, this part's gonna move rather fast. Getting the eyes done, that's gonna take the most time. So I was thinking I'm gonna do my mouth. I saw online somebody had like a little bit of openness here, which is only done just using the pencil. So you see how I kind of did that, and it's black, so it's just gonna make the mouth look slightly open. I did like the way that looked. That is also easier to maintain throughout the night rather than just have it be all lines. That way your lines will be above and below, and you can even bring a black lipstick with you and touch up throughout the night. That's how that looks. Now I'm gonna go on with my lines. If I can't do it with this, I have this other pencil that works really well for lines. Not so much for anything else, but it's good for lines. So let's see. This one got a little fat, but that's all right. Won't be too noticeable. I'm gonna start with our lines. Touching up in my other areas, kind of like that graduated down into a gray because of the white. So what do you think so far? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm really close up, but look at it from a distance. It looks really nice. I like it. Turning out good. It's a labor of love, but it's turning out good. So let's do a little spider web on the chin. I really want a little more color, so I'm gonna try and do that. I don't want to look tacky, you know, but I do want more color, so to contour a little bit the sides of my face, making it look hopefully a little more skeletal. That's how that looks really good. See how it kind of contours in a little bit more skeletal looking. So we're gonna do that same thing to the other side. So just for a little extra fancy, I actually use permanent marker, and I go all around. I went around here in green. I'm just gonna make little dots around my nose area, around my eyes, in different colors just to add that much more detail. See, it looks pretty good. And it's gonna look even better when I do this. I also took these little rhinestones that I actually got from like the craft store. They are obviously little stickers, but they're actually little gemstones or whatever. They're self-adhesive, and you can take just a dab of your spirit gum adhesive right here, your spirit gum adhesive, and dab it on the back and put that and glue them onto your face as well. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna finish this up. So this is the finished product. Turned out pretty good. Now we're gonna go get dressed and take some photos. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you loved this look. It's so versatile. It's so classy and so beautiful. It can be sexy. It could be masculine. It could be feminine. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do with it. That does it for today's look. I'll see you next time.